It's Ronnie, and welcome to day 10 of the 12 Days of Christmas. Yeah, I know it's late, but it's here, finally, hopefully. Um, this is a picture of me at work, and I'm with Santa, and I'm in safety glasses, and if I just stood on this side of this yellow thing right here, I wouldn't have to have safety glasses. I wasn't even thinking, but I do, because I didn't even think about it until I seen the photo. I'm going to use several dies, and this one y'all seen recently. It's that really cute little reindeer. Well, I bought it, and then I seen the Black Friday sale. Yeah. And it's really cute, but you know, pretty much it's a reindeer or some kind of animal because of the muzzle. And then I seen this one, and it's a reindeer, and this was on the Black Friday special, and it was $3, and I thought it was really cute, and it said it went with this other set. It's works with something. I mean, it's a word I don't even know, but it said something else on the thing. And so I looked on YouTube, and YouTube had a video. Nicole Spork had one, and it was Santa's Friends is what it was. Well, that's what it said online. That's how I was able to find it. But it works with them, so it don't have all the body parts. And I thought, I can figure it out. I can make body parts to go with it, because I thought this face would be really cute when I needed it. And it is. It is. I really am glad I got it for $3. I mean, can't beat that. And I'd gotten this a while back before then, and I forgot about it. I put it in with my dies and forgot. I mean, it's super tiny. It's a little smaller than I expected, but it's all kinds of shapes. It's for like, it looks like a castle or something. But I used them, and I was glad I had that, because it made certain things I did easier. And then I used this one. You've seen it lately. And all I used on this one was the inside of the zero on the Ecoboo. That's all I used. And I plan on using these because I have made some stuff ahead of time. That's why I'm saying I used. And I have these, and I'm going to need both packages because of certain letters. And then this is Echo Park, and this is just a paper. It's not cardstock, but I'm going to put them on there. But to get on with the layout. So there are some things that I've done in advance, like cut parts out, ink everything, and guess at a lot of stuff. So there will be parts left over. I am putting a line in the middle of that, and a embossed line, because this die set came without a body, arms, or legs. You had to have the original set to have those things. So I am using the belly there for the arms and for the legs. And the video I watched of Nicole's, it had the legs, and they looked a lot like that body part there turned upside down, the belly part, and it had the embossed line in the middle separating the two legs. So that's why I did it this way. I thought, I think it'll work. It'll be a little small, but I'm okay with that. And it has the hoofs, and the arm hoofs, I'm going to call them arms since he is standing up, are kind of small compared to the ones that are his feet. And you will see them in just a second. See, these are just slivers, but the ones that are going to be down there at the bottom are going to be much bigger. I went ahead and put his head together because I figured it was exactly like it was on the picture on the die set. And I just put together the parts that I kind of made up and made do with. The body part, though, I used my Creative Memories oval cutter. I started to say circle, but it's oval cutter. And this one I'm going to make into an elf, and I'm going to make it as a girl. And the hat, I used the same piece as the head. so that it would fit on there right. But then when I go to put it on there, it kind of looks like it's curved in a little bit. And I'm not sure why. I think maybe because where I had it setting. So I move it up. But I will end up moving it back before it's over with because I'll add some texture to the white headband part and it'll cover up the edges that don't quite fit and I can move it back down then. The ears, I use the inside of the ears of the little reindeer and I made sure that the most pointed end was sticking up. And the nose, see how big that red nose is? I thought it was a little too big. So I used the Ikeboo die cut set and used the center of the O that was in there. Just so she'd have a little tiny nose. And then the mouth, it's a heart and it's from a corner punch. And there's like several things that punch out of that corner, including super tiny heart. And that's what I use for the mouth. The Oh, I'm making the boots now. I just folded it over and I'm freehanding it and trying to make them look like elf boots. And I had her legs sticking out because she's going to be sitting down working in the toy workshop. And I'm just putting them there on the ends. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some little tiny flowers as trim at the top of her boots. And I'm just going to layer them on there so they'll have texture and it'll look like white fur, I hope. That's what I'm going for. And I decorated the center like a belt, as a decoration. It's all going to be covered up. You can't see it anyway. I did all that for nothing. Oh, here I'm going to make the arms. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with them. I went ahead and cut 2 pieces out. And I knew I was going to have to freehand something, but I wasn't sure how. And I tried at first. I did cut that out because I kept turning them this way and that way and trying to figure it out. And then I thought, I'm just going to have to get the pieces out that was fussy cut out of the craft consortium and put them on there and figure out how I wanted the arms to go. I did decide that she needed hands, of course, since, she's working, and I freehanded them the same way that I freehanded the little boots. Folded it in half, and you can layer one on top of the other, especially since this is textured, but I've had it move on me before. Folding over is better, and I did think later I do have a little thing of uh, repositional adhesive. I don't know if it still works. It's kind of on the old side, but I could have used that and layered it. So next time, that's what I'm going to do if I don't forget. And of course, sometimes I don't have textured cardstock, so it don't matter. That craft consortium, I used a little birdhouse, and I'm going to use a few more things before the layout's over. Fussy cut out some tools. And while I was fussy cutting them out one day, I made a little toolbox because, I was getting kind of bored cutting out fussy cutting stuff, cutting all this stuff out. And so I made a little wooden toolbox. Well, I decided to go ahead and use it on this layout. Of course, I was thinking Christmas when I made it, so it does look Christmassy. And I will show a close-up of it when I put it on the layout. But that's where her hammer came from, was the Craft Consortium and all those. Well, there's 4 pages of everything. So yeah, the 4 pages of tools. I used frills too. It's a Sizzix Diet Sizzlets, and it has 4 border strips on there. And I know they're kind of skinny for braids, but I thought they would work. And then the other one was one of the other borders on there. And so I made her bangs with one little curled in. Well, I used the same end for all 3 things and put ends on the end of her braids and up there for her bangs. The little tiny flower punch, you can tell it's old. I've had it ever since I started scrapbooking. And I think punches, of course, they were made different back then. They didn't have the little uh, thing where your hands don't feel all the pressure. But it was like $2, $3 or something, and they're more expensive now. But it's lasted all this time, and it still cuts good. So I still like it. And I just put a bunch on her headband, like I said, to make it textured. Well, I don't know if I said it or not. My computer shut off twice or three times already, and I have to keep starting over, and I don't remember what I said and I didn't say. I use the same uh, Creative Memories cutter thing, the oval thing. I think it's like the second biggest size, and I use the center part of it. This one here is the Nutcracker. And you will see that I make a mistake. There will be extra parts at the end. Only I'm not sure what happened to the part that I missed putting on here because I didn't find it. I had to go ahead and make another part at the end. Well, it's while I'm doing the video editing and I noticed it, I thought, I was watching myself and waiting for myself to do it. And I thought, I didn't do it. And I looked over there at my layout. No, I did not do it. It wasn't on my layout. So you all can guess for a little while, but it will be in the photos at the end. And see if you guess what I didn't put on here. Um, the Nutcracker has arms that are like straight down at the side. And one time I take them off because I remembered parts that I forgot and had to go back and put on. And I had to take them off so I'd have room to do it. Like the belt, kind of hard to put the arms, leave the arms on there and put the belt on. So I go to put them on and I realized I'm doing it wrong. And so, yeah, I had to go ahead and do it right. And it looks like his shoulders are straight and broad. Mine aren't quite as straight, but they're straight because I tried to make sure they were a little bit straight. And they go across there, and he does have the shoulder pads. And then the that little die set that I showed with the little tiny things came in handy. I made those little strips across there with the little circles on the end. All that came from that die set. My triangles came from that die set. And yeah, it really come in handy, especially for making him. And um, oh, here's where I take his arms off because I remembered. I thought, oh, I got parts missing here. So here's the bottom of his coat, and it does get a triangle also. I went ahead and backed it with some gold and free-handed putting the gold on there because there wasn't a triangle that fit like I wanted it to. They're all different sizes and I wanted to make it a little bit fancier, so I put gold on there. I probably would have done it to the one up there at the top if I'd thought about it before I'd put all that together. I just freehanded a little belt buckle. No, that was one of the rectangles that was on the little tiny die set. But I did freehand the center part with the black. And all I did was cut it off the belt. So it'd be the same size and it looked like it was going straight through. But I did Google Nutcracker. Of course, I'd seen him all my life. And I did kind of Google him and look at a whole bunch of different ones. I didn't copy any particular one or anything. I just looked at my stuff and decided what I could use and remember that his shoulders were pretty straight across. I did not see any with a bill coming down. But I thought he'd look cute with a bill, so I put a bill on there. And oh, there's his nose, same nose that I used on the elf. And then I free-handed the mustache the same way I did the little boots and the hands. The first one I made was perfect, just the right size. Well, I lost it somehow. So I decided to make another one way too big. I made another one way too big. I kept getting smaller and smaller, and I finally got to this one. I thought, oh, I'm going to keep it. So his mouth is the same as the nose, only I took the pink ink and just kept going on it to make it darker and tucked it underneath the mustache. And I forgot about the ears till right there at the end, and I used the 1/2 inch circle and cut them and put them on there. They're kind of on the big side, but I thought he looked cute that way. The paper here, it is Echo Park, and I used the front, well, that polka dot's the back side of that other one. And uh, I put it kind of high because these are kind of on the tall side. That's another thing I liked about it, is that the head was kind of on the big side. So if I wanted to make something bigger, that I would have a head that was cute, adorable. And yeah, it kind of looks like a little kid. Even the guy with the mustache looks like a little kid with a mustache. But yeah, I liked it. And since he was taller, I stuck him over there pretty close to the edge. And I was trying to decide where to put my reindeer, and I even considered not even using him. But since I wanted to show the difference between him and the other two things, and that you could still make something else out of whatever you had and just use the things you had. Oh, here's that little toolbox that I made when I was playing around that day and had all those tools fussy cut. And all I did was cut little pieces of board. Well, it's wood grain paper, and I cut little tiny pieces, and then I inked them and glued them onto a rectangular piece, and then I made a handle and then tucked all the tools in there. I made the sign, since my little elf is making a house with her hammer and her tools. And the sign was out of the craft consortium, and it does say toy workshop, but I'm hanging my lights on there, so it's not going to show up super great. I did ink my lights, and I will highlight them, but it'll be like right at the end. I'm going to forget to highlight anything. And then right at the end, I think, oh no, I didn't highlight nothing. So I will highlight everything at the end. And I put foam tape underneath all the lights so that they'll stick up a little bit higher than the string is going to. And here I remembered the gifts. I wanted to put the gifts all the way across the bottom. And so that's what I'm going to do, is just put them all the way across. Some are going to be on foam tape and some are going to be adhered straight to the paper. And then I'm going to put my lights around the page and my title. And I think that's it, except for the highlighting. So I want to mention that down there below will be the links to everybody else that are doing the 12 days of Christmas. And yeah, mine's late, and so sorry about that. I planned on scrapbooking yesterday, but I had ordered from Walmart pickup, and I looked at the time, took a shower, got dressed, glanced at my computer to see if I had an email saying it was, ready, because sometimes it's early, and it said it was going to be late. So I waited. It was supposed to be 10 to 11. I didn't get there till almost 11. And I called that little number because my phone won't update and I can't do the check-in thing anymore. And she said that she was sorry. They were trying to call everybody to let them know there was an outage and that they couldn't fulfill the thing. Well, I went, oh my, and she started really apologizing. And I said, no, 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 it's all right. I said, don't worry about it. I said, no problem. And, I drive 25 minutes to get there, but I was telling her this because everybody else has probably yelled at her. And it was an automatic reaction. I did not mean to exclaim at all. So, yeah, I told her, don't worry about it. So I drove all the way home, ordered off of Kroger, drove back to town, got my groceries from Kroger so I would have groceries. And yeah, that's how my day started and kept going. So I did not have any scrapbooking done by the end of the day. But there's the little toolbox and my little reindeer. And there's the little elf and her little heart-shaped mouth and her hammer with her little birdhouse, and I think it's a gift that's underneath it. And then, yeah, there's a Santa siding, and there is glitter everywhere. That was my mind's eye. I've had them a long time though. My mind's eye. I don't, Cozy Christmas, I think. I've had them a while though. But yeah, there's the difference in my little Nutcracker. If you notice, he's got the top part of his hat on there now. I just forgot to put it on there. I know I made it. It probably got thrown away with all the scraps that was on my table. But yeah, there's his hat. But if you leave a comment below, I'll try to get back with you. And if you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you who are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy day. Take care and stay safe. And hopefully I will see you tomorrow. Bye.